The first one that I want to do, or the ones that I want to do, will be only on our normal plane. So I'm only going to work between, I'm only going to work between 0 and 360 degrees. So I'm going to solve only for theta between 0 and 360 degrees. And later on, when we do more complicated questions, dan kan hierdie verander of ons gaan uitkom by wat ons noem algemene oplossings. Wat beteken jy gee nie vir hom 'n spesifieke waarde nie, jy sê net as jy hierdie patroon volg, gaan jy elke keer by dieselfde waarde uitkom. So if we start with something like this, where they say, example 1, solve for theta if sine of theta is equal to 0,68. Okay, what is important is that you guys have to follow certain steps. So the first step is to get the reference angle. Don't worry about it, guys. You can just carry on. Find the reference angle. So that you do by saying shift and in this case sine. As hierdie nou 'n cos of 'n tan was, het jy gesê shift en dan cos of tan. Okay, so you say on your calculator shift sine 0,68. This is important for later on. You type in only the number. So in other words, not the sign. So whether it's positive or negative, we only type in 0,68 in this case. And then you get an angle. I don't want to write in glitter anymore. An angle of that. Okay, so that's the first step you do. The second step you do is find the quadrants. En hiervoor gaan jy die teken gebruik. Okay, so die teken van hierdie ene is positief. Want as daar nie 'n teken staan nie, beteken dit is positief. So now you ask yourself, in which two quadrants will sine be positive? Sine is positive in quadrant 1 and in quadrant 2. Okay, en wat ons nou doen is ons gaan skryf neer wat doen ons in kwadrant 1 en in kwadrant 2. In quadrant 1, we always work with an acute angle, so that comes here. En jy hoef net skryf dit op. And then in quadrant 2, we always say 180 degrees minus something, minus an acute angle. So in kwadrant 2 sê ons mos altyd 180 grade minus 'n skerphoek. En die skerphoek wat jy hier gaan insit is die een wat jy hier bereken het. So where do I get this part? It's because in quadrant 2, we always work with 180 degrees minus. Okay, en dan gaan tik jy nou op jou sakrekenaar in, so jy sê 180 grade minus 42,84 en dan kry jy 'n antwoord van 137,16 grade. Okay, and what I want you guys to do now is to just quickly test your answer. You don't always have to do this. So remember we rounded our answer, so it might differ slightly. But type into your calculator sine and then substitute 42,84 in. You will see that is equal to 0,67995, which is basically 0,68. So sien julle dit is die antwoord wat ons hier aan die begin gehad het. Okay, now do the same for me with this angle. So test sine and type in 137,16. Zero comma 67995, etc. Okay. Okay, so let's do another example. Let's say I give you tan theta is equal to negative 2,41. And I'll ask you to solve for it between 0 and 360. Today we're only doing between 0 and 360. Okay. First step, get that angle. So for that, I'm going to type in shift tan, and then you type in only 2,41. You leave the minus. Ons gebruik net die getal. So the angle that we're working with is that. Okay. And then we will use our sign to find the quadrants. So we're looking at tan negative, and tan is only negative in quadrant 2 and quadrant 4. So those are the two quadrants that I'm working in. Okay, en nou gaan skryf jy neer wat doen ons in kwadrant 2 en wat doen ons in kwadrant 4. In kwadrant 2 sê ons altyd 180 grade minus en in kwadrant 4 sê ons altyd 360 grade minus. So ek sê weer daai kry ons van die kwadrante af. And now you just put that acute angle in there. Okay, and you solve. So jy gaan tik daai in jou sakrekenaar in. Okay, and this is the last time we're going to test them as well. So let's test. Type in tan of 112,54. And you will see that you get negative 2,4094, which is basically equal to negative 2,41. Die rede hoekom dit 'n bietjie verskil is omdat ek mos hierdie een aan die begin afgerond het. Okay, en dan tik ons in tan van 292,54. Ek het die verkeerde ding ingetik. Negatief 2,4094. Wat ons mos gesê het is basically gelyk aan dit. Okay. I'm going to do one more example with you guys, and then I'm going to give you a few to do for homework. All of these examples were taken from exercise 15 on page 115. Okay, so number 10 there, they say solve Julle kan my vensters oopmaak. Daar is die kapstok. Ja, toe ek nou opkyk, is dit net smoky voor my. Okay, goed, so ons gaan herskryf. As tan kwadraat is gelyk aan 3. So what I did is I carried this 1 over, and it becomes positive 1, and then I times by 3. So then I have that. Now I need to get rid of the square root, so we have tan of x is equal to root 3. En nou kan jy eers begin werk. So kry jou verwysingshoek. So you say shift tan is equal to shift tan root 3 is 60 degrees. Okay, but what we need to remember here is when we are getting rid of a square, you will have plus or minus. So what happens here is we're working in all 4 quadrants. Want in al 4 kwadrante is dan of positief of negatief. So ons gaan met hom werk in kwadrant 1, in kwadrant 2, in kwadrant 3, en kwadrant 4. So hierso gaan dit net wees gelyk aan 60. Hier gaan dit wees 180 grade minus 60. Here it will be 180 degrees plus 60. And here it will be 360 degrees minus 60. Okay, so these we don't see often where there's a square there. But just remember, if you're getting rid of a square, then you have to say plus or minus. En jy kan hulle gaan intik, elke een van hulle gaan vir jou of positief wortel 3 of negatief wortel 3 gee. Okay. I'm going to give you homework from exercise 15 and then I will upload this video as well. So important with this last example, first get it in terms of a function, an angle, and then a number. Okay, goed, so daar is op bladsy 155. I want you guys to do number 4, number 6, number 8, and number 9. Number 9 is one with a square.